No, I mean, like, FAA regulations happen so the drones can fly pretty high. We're in a pretty weird area right now where these are becoming, like, commercially available to consumers for the first time in a long time.
Dude, it's so... God, I hate conspiracies. I was talking about this yesterday when Marjorie Taylor Greene tweeted out the, like, vaccines cause autism thing. There's just no way that I can learn all these conspiracy theories and, like, understand enough to debunk them all.
ABC got it wrong. Big mistake. Paid a big check.
ABC did not get it wrong. That's
They
not
did.
true.
Why they apologize? They paid him 15 million.
Because they didn't want to go through discovery and months of lawsuits.
Why though?
Why? Full licenses for people in the media. He said that Stephanopoulos said that he felt like Trump raped her. That he raped the woman. She was held liable for rape. He penetrated her with his fingers. Now in New York, I think the civil statute or whatever is for sexual assault and not rape per se. But like, it's not like he was wrong. He's not paying up because he thinks that he lied about what he said.
He was wrong. It was not liable for rape.
It's obvious. It's obvious.
Oh my God! Yeah, he literally before going to the Fox defamation thing, by the way, which we'll see if any of the MAGA conservatives actually care about or answer to. Like he literally said, like, this is a small payout for a defamation lawsuit, which, you know, kind of implies that they probably just didn't want the lawsuit to drag out for super long. Like
the first 90 days when he gets in office, Piers, is going to be phenomenal for this country. I don't know if it converts these guys, but the country's going to get on board with this thing.
Okay, I mean, Destiny, here's what I would say generally about the reaction to Trump's win.
I don't know. I mean, if we really do get those day one 25% tariffs on Mexico and Canada, and then Canada in retaliation restricts oil and uranium exports to America, then I don't know. If you want to see more content like this, I would really appreciate you liking and subscribing. It really helps with the algorithm. And make sure to check out the Discord and other social links in the description. Who's behind the drone sightings? I don't know if I care about the... I do not care about the drone sightings, dude. I just don't. It's just not interesting to me, man.
Story. Senator Bramnick, thank you very much indeed for joining me.
Thank you, Piers.
Well, joining me now are entrepreneur and Trump supporter Grant Cardone, the host of the Luke Beasley Show, Luke Beasley, the streamer and commentator Destiny, and the spokesperson for the Turning Point USA, Caitlin Sinclair. Let me start with you, Caitlin. What is going on with these drones? It is very odd, the whole thing.
Yes, Piers, I think this is one example, or I would say a microcosm of what has been happening on such a larger scale across this country, where you have the mainstream media, where you have the government elites telling the American people, don't believe your lying eyes. We had Alexandra Mayorkas, the media's darling this past weekend, Piers, going on all of the weekend shows, telling us there's nothing to see here. Adam Kinzinger tweeting out this morning on the show saying the drones are actually airplanes, nothing to see here.
Okay,
so the American people have every right to ask questions. This is a rhetoric that they've been told for the past 4 years. Don't believe your lying eyes, don't believe your lying ears, and they have every right to get answers to these questions. It's really hard for the American people to sit back and believe that the government can find the grandma who took a selfie on January 6th at the Capitol 4 years ago, but they can't figure out who's flying drones above New Jersey.
Yeah, I mean, Destiny, this is probably not your normal wheelhouse of expertise, but as an American, are you not a bit freaked out by all this?
No, I mean, like, FAA regulations happen so the drones can fly pretty high. We're in a pretty weird area right now where these are becoming, like, commercially available to consumers for the first time in a long time.
Dude, it's so... God, I hate conspiracies. I was talking about this yesterday when Marjorie Taylor Greene tweeted out the, like, vaccines cause autism thing. There's just no way that I can learn all these conspiracy theories and, like, understand enough to debunk them all. Like, there's no way I can do research on, like, the jobs numbers conspiracies, right? Like, I'm able to comprehend that stuff because I know a bit about, like, how the BLS works and stuff. It's interesting to me. Like, you know, how we use the current population survey to estimate unemployment data and everything like that, and how the revisions work. But, like, you're expecting me to, like, have that same level of understanding for all these things, for drones, for vaccines causing autism. It's just so annoying. It's just so annoying how these people can, like, throw so much, like, shit at the wall, and then, like, somehow the burden is on me to know exactly how to scrape it all off. Oh my God, kill me. I don't know. You're asking me I gotta do a research stream on fucking drones at some point? What's up, man? Okay.
It's literally like airplane footage. Like, you can see the FAA lights, like, that are done to regulation on these ships, but some people still insist on saying they're UFOs or coming from an Iranian mothership. I don't see any, I guess, like, upside to basically speculating on what it is. I think people have a right to ask questions, of course, and we'll wait until we get, I guess, better answers about who it is.
But the longer we don't get told, are you not slightly twitchy that there's something very odd going on?
Not really. No, there's a billion different things you could photograph at any point in the country at any point in time. I don't know why we're obsessed with feeling like we're constantly under threat of being, you know, destroyed or invaded by drones or invaded by, you know, manufactured hurricanes or George Soros or vaccine. Like, it's just like the fear economy where we have to be afraid of every single new video.
Why is he glitching so much?
If these things started shooting missiles at us or something crazy like that happened, then yeah, that would be a huge problem, obviously. But I assume, and it's been stated by the authorities in New Jersey, that the federal government is looking into it. All you do is wait for answers.
I heard boss went missing. Yeah.
Grant,
Russia got him. Putin got him.
Done about them in the meantime. I mean, people are going to start taking action on them. They're going to start shooting at these things, aren't they?
Number one, the reason to be fearful is late 2019, it was whispered that there was a thing called COVID being exported. A bat Didn't know where it was coming from, this place called Wuhan. A year later,
Kill me.
by the way,
Oh, but then they all admitted the lab leak theory was
Trump loses
true.
the election because of mail-in ballots, conveniently. And here we are
Oh my God.
today, after an election, before an inauguration. We have drones flying at night, not during the day. That would suggest infrared, looking for something. I would suggest a black swan event is being planned to disrupt Donald Trump in year one and to put him back on his heels. So when Destiny says everybody's scared, George Soros, dude, there's plenty of reasons for America to be on high alert right now. The U.S. government should be trusted with one thing, to lie to the American people, because they repeatedly lie to the American people.
All right, Luke Beasley, I mean, that's a pretty...
When Trump is the government, does he lie to the American people too, or is it just when Democrats are president?
Right now, we're talking about drones over New Jersey that no one can explain, and you want to make sense of it. Okay, the reason you can't.
Okay, so he just doesn't answer the question.
That was Trump who was president, right? That was his administration. So did Trump lie to us about?
Yeah,
COVID coming from
I don't think you nor anybody on the panel or anyone listening or watching right now suggests that Donald Trump created the Wuhan virus.
I never said that, but you said that apparently people knew about it. It's just weird that right now the current administration is being blamed.
Drones by law cannot fly above 400 feet by law. So look, we know we see something in the sky, right? You agree with that? What is it?
Most of the videos
that
I've seen.
All right, let me bring in Luke, because you've been listening to this. I mean, look, Grant, on one level, you might say, well, Grant's just putting out conspiracy theories, but that's what happens. Yeah, but okay, you don't actually know that because we don't have the official explanation. And the longer it goes on, the more theories are going to fly around.
Well, I mean, like, you don't actually know that. He could be right. Like, yeah, and like maybe my family lied to me about my mom's name, but like, really, it's just the most. It's not even falsifiable, dude. Literally anything that goes wrong in fucking Trump's first year now, this guy's gonna blame on the Iranian mothership drones, man. Kill me.
Yeah, but I mean, like, the official
hang on, let me bring in Luke. Hang on, Jesse. Let me bring in Luke.
That's kind of the whole way that people like Grant do media, is you make a bunch of these bold predictions. People forget months later when the thing you said never actually happened. So there's going to be some sort of crazy thing that hurts Trump's first year, and the drones are a part of that. He can just lightly throw that out, freak people out. We'll probably get a more clear answer that's not that provocative very quickly, and then Grant will move on and keep making more predictions. People like him, I don't know actually him specifically, but I've heard sort of in the MAGA space a lot of bold statements right before the election about how the Democrats were never going to accept it. There's no way they would possibly accept the election results, and they immediately do, as we talked about last time I was on here. So again, these false predictions are kind of nauseating, and it's not going to be that what I can tell you. But then I'll also say that a lot of
hang on. Let me just say, when it comes to false predictions, how about this one? I will never pardon my son, Hunter Biden. It's not going to
kill me.
It will not happen. The president's not going to do it. What's the matter with you people? It's not going to happen. What happened to that false prediction?
And the day he said,
I missed the crazy Piers
Look how triggered you all get when I point that out. Look how, you know the worst thing about what Joe Biden did there?
Bro, no way. You don't. Oh my God. No way you called the liberals out on this so hard. Ethically on the liberals, Piers Morgan, good one. But like this guy saying Donald Trump but Joe Biden won against Donald Trump because of mail-in ballots conveniently. This is somehow.
He basically has caused you guys to go into a triggering anaphylactic shock now for the rest of your natural lives. Because by doing what he did, he just ruined it for you. He ruined it.
For us, we actually stand on principle. So I don't know about Destiny's take on this, but I've said he shouldn't have done that.
Good.
And it seems like he misled us whenever he said he wasn't going to. Because we actually can criticize the person who represents our party during a time. Whereas on your end, you'll flip-flop on every single principle to stay and
when you say my end, I don't have an end, mate. I'm British. Just remind you. Let me go to change the topic to the ABC Trump defamation case. I mean,
wait, can we ask Grant? Let's say the story comes out. Let's say the government, because he said he's waiting for an official story. Let's say the government comes out and they say, oh, it was irresponsible hobbyists. We've ascertained this. Would Grant even accept that story, or we insist that there's something more going on?
I'll buy you dinner every night for 365 days in a row if that comes true.
Wow.
That is
He won't answer. It comes true how? How do we verify that?
You can't expect people to just hypothetically. I mean, the only person that gives a kind of blanket thing like that is Biden when he's pardoning his mates. It's like, you can't just do a blanket thing.
Pardoning anybody has to do with this.
Oh,
the government came out with an official story. Would you even believe it? The answer is no, unless Donald Trump says it. Then
I think you should view everything that comes out of the government with a lot of skepticism, healthy skepticism, actually. So the answer would be, I hear you. Let's make sure that is what happened. Would be my honest response. But that's
is there any single thing that either of the two MAGA panelists have heard from Donald Trump that they don't believe ever in the 4 years of him in government and the 4 years out?
It's really bold of you and Luke to just classify and generalize the MAGA population. Yeah, there is an answer actually. On November 5th, there was a mandate from the American people to actually question.
Kill me.
Some of these three-letter agencies. conspiracies. That was a mandate from the American people. So yes, I think we have every right to question what we're told.
Well, why don't we get to
Hang on,
You don't have the right to question what you're
I want to
saying.
move to another topic.
Here, let's get to the ABC story because I have some personal data about it.
Oh, they won't let him. They won't let him go after him.
Trump, which turned out that we couldn't believe, even though it came from George Stephanopoulos. Caitlin, this is the ABC defamation payment of $15 million to President-elect Trump to settle a defamation lawsuit after Stephanopoulos repeatedly said he'd been found liable for rape, which he had not. This is a big settlement by ABC, including an apology. Very, very humiliating for Stephanopoulos.
Not bigger than the Fox News settlement, though.
In that interview as well, despite being, as it turned out, completely wrong in what he was saying.
Yeah, it looks like we're triggering some people on this panel, Piers. I think the women on The View have their panties in a knot right now after this case with ABC. The mainstream media is on notice now. And again, that plays into the mandate that we found on November 5th, American people, saying they're sick of the hypocrisy, they're sick of the lies, they're sick of the mainstream media feeding them information that is absolutely false. And look, Kamala Harris had over 80 billionaires. She had the entire legacy media. She had all of the Hollywood elites, most of big tech, and she still lost.
Trump has put what 14 billionaires in his administration, but that's not evidence of him. That's not like evidence of him. I don't want to say being corrupt, but being like having establishment support or whatever. Like kill me. Like
this is a mandate from the American people.
He just chose all the anti-establishment billionaires. Well, I mean, I guess Elon Musk is basically an depending on what you mean by anti-establishment billionaire.
And they want to dismantle the legacy media here.
Okay, Destiny, it is a crushing blow for Trump against the legacy media, whichever way you dress it up. If you're going to posture that Trump, as a lot of people in mainstream media do, he's a terrible liar, you've got to hold him to account, blah, 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 blah. If you hold him to account in the wrong manner and you end up giving him $15 million in a groveling apology, that's a terrible thing, isn't it, for mainstream media?
What's up, Swiss?
It's a pretty small payout for a defamation lawsuit, considering the stakes of this particular lawsuit.
Trump's a big man. That's because Trump allowed the settlement.
Trump is not a big man. Trump is a coward, okay? Trump is not a big man. He's a little boy.
Okay, don't all talk at once.
And again,
Destiny?
like the last question I asked, neither conservative, neither MAGA person on here will answer, which is, do you disagree with anything that Trump did in his 4 years? Or is there anything that he said that you didn't believe? Neither side will answer that. Okay, but the second thing is too, when you say this was a crushing, when you say that this was a crushing blow, okay, to the legacy media, what do we think about the $800 million that Fox News paid out when they lied about the Dominion?
That was a fake defamation lawsuit.
These MAGA people
Why do you always distract? Why do you always distract Destiny?
He already answered the
Sometimes it would be very... Hang on, sometimes Destiny, rather than distract. Hang on, Luke. Rather than distract constantly, Destiny, it would be so much more effective. And I like you know I do. If you just said, you know what, on this one, ABC got it wrong, big mistake, paid a big check.
ABC did not get it wrong. That's not even true.
Why they apologize? They paid him $15 million.
Because they didn't want to go through discovery and months of lawsuits.
Why though? Why?
Full licenses for people in the media. He said that Stephanopoulos said that he felt like Trump raped her. That he raped the woman. She was held liable for rape. He penetrated her with his fingers. Now in New York, I think the civil statute or whatever is for sexual assault and not rape per se. But like, it's not like he was wrong. He's not paying up because he thinks that he lied about what he said.
He was wrong. It was not liable for rape.
It's obvious. It's obvious.
Oh my God! Yeah, he literally before going to the Fox defamation thing, by the way, which we'll see if any of the MAGA conservatives actually care about or answer to. Like he literally said, like, this is a small payout for a defamation lawsuit, which kind of implies that they probably just didn't want to. They probably it just didn't want the lawsuit to drag out for super long.
Constant promises to go out.
Like Fox News actually had to pay was 800 million? I forget what the what was the settlement? Yeah, it was almost 800 million. And they had to fire Tucker Carlson too, right? So
his constant promises to get the government to come down hard, his quote, not mine, on MSNBC.
Or I don't know if they had to do that. Did they have to do that, or did they just do that because Tucker Carlson was a liability at that point?
Now outlets, unfortunately, like ABC, are afraid of, so they're wanting this to be over quickly as opposed to going to war with Trump, who's explicitly targeted them. And it's crazy that y'all are more outraged that Stephanopoulos used one term that...
obviously I heard about the Destiny cock-checking scandal. I'm aware.
Instead of the
it's
fact
actually not, though. That's why you're wrong. Sorry,
I'm sorry,
Luke. You're making exactly the... You're making the same mistake, Luke. With respect, you're making the same mistake. It is not the same thing. Otherwise, there would not be different categories. Hang on. There would not be different categories of sexual assault and rape. They are different crimes. So if you accuse somebody of the more serious offence of rape, wrongly, repeatedly, in an interview, as Stephanopoulos did, that is defamation and has now cost him and his network $15 million.
That is absolutely not defamation.
There's a specification between what the jury's deciding on sexual...
You guys, neither one of you guys know anything about a liable case. Okay, this is a defamation case.
The two MAGA people on the panel, are you guys outraged that Trump was found liable for sexual abuse?
Hang on, let Grant respond.
Alex Brito is Donald Trump's lawyer on this defamation case. They settled this case in less time than when I filed a defamation case against T-Mobile, the CEO of T-Mobile, for $100 million. We will win.
Yes, it was not the front. It was no. It was not Most likely not Nick Fuentes. There's no reason to believe it was actually Nick Fuentes, but like
Donald Trump could have got way more than 15 million. That's why I said, Destiny, he's a big man. You can't swallow that he's a big man, but he's a big man that he put this behind him because he's got bigger fish to fry, which is to make America the great country it can be. And that's what he's focused on right now. He's going to take his 15 million, throw it in a charity.
Yeah, but
1 million.
Destiny, hang on. Destiny, you talk about cowardice.
This is a massive win.
A massive win, $15 million.
Yeah, but Destiny, here's the point. But Destiny, you call Trump a coward. What could be more cowardly if, as you say, there was no defamation, Stephanopoulos was right? What could be more cowardly than a major... Hang on, Luke, I'm not talking to you. What could be more cowardly, Destiny, than a major network in America, mainstream media network, just caving to Donald Trump and giving him a big check?
Is this a game we're playing? Maybe the other people, Luke might know. I don't know about the other two morons here. You're a big boy. You work in this field, and I know that you're old enough to be smart enough to know this. I don't know. We're just playing a game right now, okay? If you have a defamation case facing you like that, you know that discovery could unveil who knows what. Not necessarily illegal conduct, but just stuff that can go to the press that might make you look bad. Trump might get more than $15 million of earned media just from the treasure troves of the discovery process of that case. Why not just pay out $15 million and walk away from it? By the way, if you were falsely accused of breaking a totally false accusation, do you really think that Donald Trump, a guy who has spent how many hundreds of millions of dollars between all of his different lawsuits, would walk away with $15 million? Of course not. He would want a legitimate case there, but that's probably about how much they were willing to settle, knowing that they could avoid the discovery process. You know this, Piers.
Just to add one other point on this, because I brought it up multiple times with you, Piers, I would love to get an answer on it relating to this. Is there any outrage? Is there any outrage that Trump today was saying, yeah, this is just the beginning. We're going to go after all these different outlets, and Seltzer for doing a poll that Trump didn't like. Trump says he wants to go after, and he specifically said the government should come down hard on MSNBC. That's exactly against what I know the two other MAGA folks on the panel say constantly about their principles, which is pro-freedom of the press, but then Trump's constantly talking about the press in ways that prove that.
I think, you know what? I think if on the Democrat side, if you go after someone like Donald Trump relentlessly, and you try and imprison him relentlessly, and you try and ruin his life, and you try and do everything you can to destroy him and incarcerate him, and then he wins and he flatlines you all in the election, yeah, a little part of him is probably thinking, yeah, there's going to be a bit of pain. Sorry, going to be a bit of payback. Sorry.
All right, cool. I like the Constitution, unlike y'all then. I don't know.
Yeah, and meanwhile, your guy, President Biden, is out there pardoning half of America, including his criminal son. So the high moral ground is just disintegrated.
Tell me.
By the way, Hunter Biden's not even implicated in crimes related to Joe Biden.
Wait, how is that not true?
Well, hang on. Actually, Destiny. Actually, hang on. Actually, that's... You don't know that. You don't know that. And the beauty... You don't know that.
What do you mean you don't know that? How long did Republicans spend investigating that? And that was exactly their conclusion. They released that whole 87-page long report, and that was the conclusion of it. Kill me.
The beauty of the all-encompassing thing that Biden did from going back to 2014 is it covers all potential crimes from 2014.
Republicans have been investigating those
the Hunter Biden committed, which we don't know, but may have included the big guy being Joe Biden. So he's protecting himself as well.
8 years they had, and they found nothing. With all the subpoena power, all the congressional subcommittees, Donald Trump's FBI, Donald Trump's DOJ, 8 years and nothing. Not a thing.
Destiny, I get the feeling you're struggling with this Trump win, the scale of it.
I'm not struggling at all. I just struggle with the fact that people are so comfortable lying with impunity because they never get called out on these shows. It drives me insane.
Yeah, but when your side lie, like George Stephanopoulos, you don't call it lying. So what is a lie? Is a lie only when Republicans lie?
In common parlance, that was rape. Yes, I think it's totally fine.
The judge clarified. The judge
really
clarified that that's.
Luke is right, by the way. The judge literally clarified that because I think Trump filed at some point, like Trump filed a counter defamation suit because I think Eugene Carroll's called it rape in the interview or something, and the judge clarified in common parlance this would be referred to as rape even if it doesn't meet the New York statute definition of rape. That's why Trump's counter defamation suit against I think it was a counter defamation suit against Eugene Carroll was dismissed.
That's the case. What Destiny just said, the judge literally clarified that the way we speak about these terms in a legal sense, it's not, but in the way we speak commonly about these words, what Trump was found liable of is what we refer to as rape, even if in a legal sense that's not what he was found liable for.
Do you want me to send Trump a clip of you saying that?
That is not what the judge said at all.
I mean, I'm just saying.
It's so funny.
Caitlin,
yeah,
I won't be cowards like ABC.
It's so funny how you gentlemen keep referring to us as the MAGA people on this panel. You call us morons. I'm going to start referring to you gentlemen as snowflakes over there. Maybe you haven't looked at the post-election polling in this country, but guess what? The men in this country, the young men in this country, showed up for Donald Trump in droves. And you want to know why, gentlemen? Because they were sick of being emasculated, because they were sick of being lied to, and they were sick of being guilty until proven innocent. The real men in this country I'm talking to, maybe not alluding to.
You're going to trigger them.
Huh?
Triggered.
You guys don't even accept the outcome of the 2020 election. You're trying to say we're triggered? You guys are the biggest babies in the history of all of mankind. I don't know
which is why you're the one resorting to name calling, right? You're so triggered, you just resort to name calling. Yeah, we're the ones.
Call a moron, that means I'm triggered? What does that make Donald Trump, who literally has nicknames for every single political opponent he has, then?
What do you think he'd call you, Destiny?
I don't know. I got a lot of nicknames online, so who knows?
There's an interesting thing coming. Sorry, pardon my lurgy, as I call it. Trump has threatened legal action against the Biden administration over sales of portions of the border wall. He's talked to the Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton about a potential restraining order. Let's have a listen to this clip.
Restraining order?
We ordered an additional 200 miles of wall. It's very expensive, and now it's about double the price of what it would have been 6 years ago. And the administration is trying to sell it for 5 cents on the dollar, knowing that we're getting ready to put it up. And what they're doing is really an act. It's almost a criminal act.
Yeah, I mean, Grant, there's a lot of activity on that border, obviously, but that specific point that Trump makes about the Biden administration selling portions of it, what do you make of that?
Well, they're just sabotaging his ability to put that wall up. It's costing the taxpayer dollars. It's just complete waste of money. You literally have supplies down there that have been paid for by taxpayer money. It's, I don't know, $150 million worth of wall down there that was abandoned. And now they're going to sell that. So he's got to go back and repurchase that 8 years later at new prices. It's sabotage, okay? The other side, these guys over here, I'm sorry, Caitlin, you said they're not men, so I can't call them men. So you guys will do anything to sabotage this MAGA movement, which is not a Republican movement, by the way. This is Make America Great Again. And this country has more resources, more opportunities. The first 90 days when he gets in office, Piers, is going to be phenomenal for this country. I don't know if it converts these guys, but the country's going to get on board with this thing.
Okay, I mean, Destiny, here's what I would say generally about the reaction to Trump's win.
I don't know. I mean, if we really do get those day one 25% tariffs on Mexico and Canada, and then Canada in retaliation restricts oil and uranium exports to America, then I don't know.
Extreme lack of any protests. No marches, no big protests. It's like you guys have just thrown the towel in. Have you given up collectively? The resistance seems to be over.
Trump won the election. What are you going to do? I guess
last time you took to the streets en masse around America.
Overturn it, or you try to coup the government like they tried last time. But no, I mean, you're a Democrat. You go back to work. That's all you can do. I mean, wait till the next election. Wait till midterms.
Why is that your takeaway, Piers? That doesn't make any sense.
No, I'll tell you why my takeaway.
Because I think respect the election results. It's so weird.
No, because last time you didn't. Last time you took to the streets in massive numbers and city after city around America, protesting and screaming about Trump. This time it's been nothing. It just makes me think you've all lost the stomach for the fight.
I feel like last time you told me that people were crying on the internet.
What's that, Luke?
I think last time we went over this, you said that there are a lot of liberals crying and we're sensitive, we're combusting.
Well, there's a few of you left on the internet, but that's about it. But when it comes to any sort of...
We're going to get to work on trying to oppose his bad policies when they pop up. There's just no need to have the MAGA-type hyperbolic reaction where you get violent or where you question the results for 4 years and stuff like that.
Right. You don't think that's how you all reacted in 2016 when he won?
Do you think that's how the conservatives acted in 2020 when they tried to steal the election?
Well, 2020.
That'll be overturned, by the way.
Well, just to be clear, Trump did, in my
2020 election.
Just to be clear, Trump did not have the election stolen. Trump lost the election in 2020 because of the pandemic. I told him this to his face. Caitlin, this whole issue of the border. I mean, it is staggering that nearly 10 million people came in illegally in the Biden administration in the 4 years. I mean, staggering.
Yeah, Piers, I'm sitting here in Manhattan where Tom Homan recently had a meeting with Democrat Mayor Eric Adams, who announced that we have 500,000 missing migrant children on the border. That number started at 100,000 and went up to 300,000.
Kill me. It's working. Eric Adams is a fucking criminal and he's grifting. He's grifting. It's to become a fucking MAGA Republican, okay? So Trump gives him a pardon, okay? It's working. Oh my God.
500,000, which leads me to believe that number's closer to 1 million children that are missing on the border. So that should really concern all Americans. You had a 7-year-old. You had a 7-year-old that was just murdered by an illegal alien. She's part of the black community. A 7-year-old. You didn't see Kamala Harris taking to Twitter, where she took to Twitter to talk about George Floyd dying over 24 times. She didn't mention the 7-year-old's name not once. Where's BLM now, Piers? And you want to call this MAGA hyperbole or narrative? Really, is it MAGA hyperbole when Laken Riley was murdered? When Molly Tibbetts was murdered?
I mean, like, quite literally, they do use the death of Laken Riley as like hyperbole, hyperbole. Like they use that to try to like claim illegal immigrants commit more crime than they do. Like literally, they hyperbolize about how much crime illegal immigrants commit.
When Rachel Morin was murdered, what about these young
people
women
dying to illegal immigrants? And it's like the same name brought up for a whole year.
Well, Swiss, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure the video was I think it was also like hanging out with like Turkey Tom, like close to that video being recorded. People were joking about it being him too. I don't think they're like, doesn't really sound like him. Nick Fuentes. It's probably like, it's not inconceivable that like there's just some like random dude at his house at night and Nick Fuentes just visited like in the morning. Like really?
How many people killed by illegals or what?
Oh, do those lives not matter? Do those lives not matter?
Nobody else died but Laken Riley. She's the only one, or they all named Laken Riley. What the fuck?
Oh, Destiny, out of interest, how many illegal immigrants...
I'm sure her family will appreciate that.
Yeah, listen, out of interest, Destiny, how many illegal immigrants would you be comfortable coming in to America next year, 2025?
What a dumbass question.
I mean, the ideal number is as close to zero as possible.
Okay, so you agree with Trump?
No, because Trump isn't doing anything to address the illegal immigrant
problem. Would he like it to be zero?
True, and also Trump doesn't want... I mean, he's talking about illegal immigration. Presumably, Destiny's also in favor of quite a bit of legal immigration. I don't think Trump is in favor of legal immigration either. Like, I'm pretty sure he's relatively... I saw a video that said it was him and had good proof. What was the good proof?
As well, so you agree in principle. You agree?
I'm sure you'll. I'm
Trump
sure
doesn't
Yeah,
have
so
a- we don't have
selling
a
our border
problem in this
wall-
issue right now for anybody
selling
that
our
cares.
border wall
Hang on, don't talk over each other. Let Destiny answer. Destiny?
Yeah, no, we don't. The issue that we have right now is not with illegal immigrants. It's going to be fixed with a stupid wall. The issue that we have right now is with the asylum-seeking process. Donald Trump and all the MAGA people are too stupid to even understand how the process works. So we're never going to fix it under Trump, unless the Democrats manage to like push some legislation that the Republicans agree with, and Trump stumbles
And you
into
think
doing
we got
signs.
fixed under the Democrats, do you, in the last 4 years?
No, but they had a bill that was ready to go in the House and the Senate, and Biden was ready to sign it, and then Trump pulled the plug on it. So
Right, so it's Trump's fault.
Trump
Okay,
went
quickly,
in
can I
office.
just jump in?
definitionally is.
Yeah.
Ted Cruz, just like people, Langford came out and literally said, yes,
All
we
right,
had a bill
Luke,
ready to go.
Luke,
Trump pulled the plug on it.
I'm sure we'll all be happy that we've seen a massive plummet in border crossings in the last few months. And to the point that's previously made, there was legislation that could have done more. But even aside from that, there's been massive.
All right, okay, that message actually
So how is
got
there being
sent
progress
through.
made?
Then-
If Trump
then
stopped
what-
any
but then I wanna
Sorry,
say-
hang on, Luke.
yeah.
If Trump stopped any progress, how are you making progress in the last few months?
No, I'm
Explain
saying after finally, which I think they should have learned this lesson earlier, finally Democrats realized they weren't going to get support from Congress. Then Biden did what he could.
Also, it was because
just through
the executive order, which is probably illegal, but again, illegal executive order, probably going to get struck down,
that. Why
but
didn't you do that before?
Yeah, I agree.
because it's illegal.
Should have done earlier,
Right,
but he
so-
was thinking we could.
It's illegal. It's illegal. The president does not have the authority to unilaterally declare like I forget asylum to automatically like assume that asylum crossers are illegal if they don't come through a port of entry or if they cross through a country that they presumably could have claimed asylum to. Because that contradicts the way the current asylum law is written. Where the fuck is it? Here it is. Executive order that imposes a near complete ban on asylum for anyone who crosses the border illegally. This is in violation of Asylum Law 8 USC 1158, Section 8.1, whatever, which states asylum is irrespective of status and whether or not a designated port of arrival. Like, I think the ACLU already sued Biden over this. ACLU sues Biden border. Did I hear you're doing drone stuff soon? No, I was just complaining that like I don't think I'll end up doing it, but like everyone is like so conspiracy brained, and in order to like have a proper understanding of the like how to debunk the conspiracy or whatever, like I'd have to like. I was just complaining like in order to like combat all this shit, I'd have to do like a full research stream on like fucking drones, okay? Because I don't know anything about drones. Just like and vaccines and autism thing, like I'd have to do like a full fucking research stream on do vaccines cause autism, and it's just kill me.
It wasn't Trump's fault. It's just bad,
No,
bad
hold on,
politics
don't
by
even-
a president who's asleep at the wheel.
The issue with doing
Systemic
things right
solution.
now,
Yeah,
the issue right now, we're crying over border wall stuff being sold. The issue with doing things by executive order is that things that can be done with executive order can be rescinded with executive order.
Right.
This way,
And it's just not legal to do in the first
border
place.
immigration
But
policy through presidential actions is insane. We need legislation from Congress. We need bills, comprehensive bills that are going to address the problem, not these temporary actions that the president can do via executive order. We shouldn't champion when that happens. Republicans used to be opposed to all of this encroaching federal power from the executive branch, but I guess now when it's Donald Trump, they celebrate it.
And then one just little stat to end us with,
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll also credit the Biden administration with releasing less migrants with criminal records in the country than the Trump
True.
administration.
I think you're letting
True.
10 million
True.
illegal immigrants in 4 years. You don't really get
I'm just
to
saying
make
less
you don't
than
get-
and then also, by the way, as a percentage, I think Biden actually deported. But I don't know if Cato has to update these with the new numbers. This was they released it like 2 years into the Biden administration, so it could have changed by now. Although illegal crossings or encounters, I should say, dropped, so they might have actually improved in Biden's favor. But like as a percentage of immigrants deported, TTS ain't free. Instant dislike. Okay. My bad. As a percentage of as people across the border, Biden actually deported more than Trump did by like 1%.
You don't get the
And also Trump had fucking Title 42, which everyone likes to forget about. But
any victory
And
laps,
Trump-
Luke. Sorry. I'm afraid that's
You're
it.
saying your concern was about criminals? Okay.
My concern is about safety and security, as always. You've got to have a
And I'm
secure
saying
border.
that Trump actually released
As
more
Ronald
indictments
Reagan
for
said, if you
criminal
don't have a
records.
secure border, you don't have a country. We've got to leave it
I
there.
don't think
Always
you
good to talk to you all. Thank you very much indeed. We're returning to Uncensored now is the Harvard mathematician and podcast.
okay. What the? I have no clue who this guy is. I don't think I care about him. Kill me. But Oh yeah, here we go. It's from 2019 to 2020, the DHS made 1.4 million arrests, and only 47% were removed as of December 3rd, 2021, which includes people arrested under Trump, removed under Biden. In Biden's first 26 months, the DHS made over 5 million arrests and removed 51%, while releasing only 49%. And Trump only removed 29.2% of people who crossed the border illegally pre-Title 42. It's kind of dumb. Trump gets to take, I mean, Biden had Title 42 for a little bit too, but Trump gets to take credit for like his low border crossings, which are still, as a percentage, he removed less people than Biden, even with Title 42. But without Title 42, it was only 29%. Although, to be fair, the absolute number of people who crossed are lower. But you know why? You know why? It's, listen, people respond to incentives, okay? Like, it's job vacancies. It's all econ, okay? It's all econ. Illegal immigration tracks pretty well with job vacancies, okay? Obviously, there's a split access, so it's obviously not, 300,000 job vacancies, but even if he didn't do it, he absolutely does suck off Nazis figuratively. I don't think that's true, but okay. Also, to be clear, if he did do it, that would be based. You realize how that would be based, right? You realize like that exposes Nick Fuentes for like being gay or whatever. Like you realize like that would be. I would actually prefer if it was Nick Fuentes, which is why it's funny to joke about Nick Fuentes, and Destiny jokes about it being Nick Fuentes. Probably not actually Nick Fuentes, but I do personally believe it's funnier if it is Nick Fuentes and more based if it is Nick Fuentes. You linked the video. Did you read about the new shooter? No. Can you link the video, Swiss Legend, that you said a proof that it was Nick Fuentes? Because again, it would be funnier if it was Nick Fuentes. It's hilarious. She put out the manifesto, but forgot to unlock it. Based. Wait. Link a story about the new. If I look up like new shooter, like is it gonna come out? Like come up? Like what is like just tell me what to look up to find it. Like who did it shoot? It would be funny, but why would it be based if one says because it outs him? Yeah, exactly. It'd be based because it would destroy his credibility. Destiny, when he said fuck Nazis, we did immune this. Wisconsin shooter. Oh, it's a school shooting? Wisconsin school shooting was reported by a second grader. Police say teenage student opened fired at Abundant Life Christian School in Madison, Wisconsin, killing a teacher in another teenage school. In a week before winter break, the shooter said, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Is that what you're talking about? It's like a femcil Wisconsin shooter. I was about to say, please don't be trans, because trans people would be so unbelievably fucked if a trans person shot up a Christian school and Trump's about to become president. It'd be like, it would be fucked. The rad femme. I made contact with the alleged boyfriend of the Wisconsin shooter. He said he has very graciously provided me the full manifesto, which I verified by having him screen record it, opening from a direct link to the shooter sent him via WhatsApp. I told him I'd do my best to dispel some of the misinformation. If you want to chat with me live, sub here or go to Nonfon420 on Twitch or Kick via the links below. Once again, please like and sub to help with the algorithm, and consider sending a donation through YouTube Super Thanks to directly support me, and I'll make sure to reply to any question you ask. See you guys next time.